This is Leap of Faith. Man, no, life, man. Life, it is what it is, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so here we are, man. It's a lovely spot, honestly. Actually, first time, as I told you early on, seeing this, but it's all lit up.
Yeah.
When it's all lit up, you know.
Usually places where they're lit up, they're like, ugh.
Yeah,
But this doesn't look bad, even when it's lit up. It
looks quite good, man.
It's bearable.
It is nice.
It's better when it's darker.
Yeah. Intimate. So welcome to Leap of Faith.
Thank
All
you.
right. Ahmed Dahal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Without don't make it sound too dangerous. Because the way you pronounce it is like, ooh. I don't think Jeremy is gonna survive this one.
AKA
it's
Eddie. Ahmed.
Yeah, it's softer.
Ahmed.
Yeah, when you do
Dahal.
Ahmed, it's like ooh.
No, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, and I'm really gonna enjoy this because there are two sides to you. You know, a lot of people know Eddie.
Yes, there's a whole story behind Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does that begin?
Okay, so Eddie is like, Ahmed. I'm a pilot, right?
Yes.
And with the name Ahmed, it's like, ooh, it's a tall order. Is that who gave him a plane? Last time Ahmed had a plane, it didn't end very well. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and also I work in the security space.
Okay.
Where you're taking care of, so it's what people call it bodyguarding.
Okay.
But we call it executive protection specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an EP. It's kind of different. It's not muscle. It's more kind of like your personal assistants who can kick some ass.
All right.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we just don't protect you that way, but we manage your entire itinerary. So things like your logistics, your travel plans, the venues you're going to, routes you're taking, and all of that. So we become like a personal assistant kind of thing.
Right.
We handle all the bookings, all of that, by putting you in a little bubble. And controlling every aspect of that bubble. That's how we protect the client, right?
Okay.
So a lot of the people who acquire my services are usually foreigners.
Yes.
No, not locals. I don't take care of Diamond. Right? We don't do those things where we're wearing what do you call those, like pads?
Gear and all that. Yeah.
They're roller skater pads, my guy. I was like, yo, my guy, are you roller skating? What you doing? Why are you protecting your ankles? Why are your elbows covered? What's going on? What are you doing? The only thing that's missing is a helmet.
True.
You know what I mean? So they look like actual clowns. And so we are different. We are one of those people who, when we're on a job, you don't see us.
Yeah, incognito.
But we're there.
Yeah, you're
incognito.
There,
everything's like calm. And so a lot of the clients are foreign. And Americans especially. So an American needing security coming to a country where it's believed there are elements of Al-Qaeda and Al-Shabaab and blah, blah, blah. And suddenly, Mr. Gerald, this is your security, Ahmed. I think we're going to be hungry for a long time. Yeah. So that's where Eddie came in. Eddie is like my stripper. It's like, it's a bit softer.
Yeah.
Eddie. Yeah. So, and a lot of people with the name Ahmed, their nicknames, even it's usually Mehdi or Eddie. Yeah. So I was like, Eddie's nice. It's like everybody likes Eddie. And when you think of Eddie, you think of nice things.
Yeah, chilled out. Somebody like,
Eddie Murphy, Eddie Bravo.
Approachable, yes, exactly.
Fast Eddie.
And you've been doing this for a while?
The security stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been doing it since '09.
Okay.
'09, yeah.
Okay.
That's when I started going into the security stuff. But I only went into it so that I can get money to pay for my flying. So
all
the
right.
security
Okay.
thing wasn't like a choice.
Okay. It was a means.
It was a means to an end,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So after school and my short stint in national service and whatever, I went into uh, conservation,
Yes.
anti-poaching.
Yep.
And it's a funny story how I got into it because from the national service, the idea, the mentality is whatever job you get in security or something.
It's the assumption.
Yeah, the
Yes,
assumption.
okay.
It's like,
Okay.
and even people who served in the military or police or whatever, when they retire, they go into security work. It doesn't have to be, but you think, this is all I know. But uh, it's a totally different world. But people just assume that should be the natural progression. Yeah, and even the guys I've worked with in close protection, a lot of them are ex-military guys, whether it's ex-British forces or ex-American forces or ex-South African forces. They're all ex-military, and they go into security.
Okay.
After that, so I came out of that, and this was Arusha, and I jumped immediately into. I was like, okay, looking for work, and I got this job as kind of like a security supervisor or whatever, and the pay was shit.
Yeah.
I can't even remember how much it was, but it was, whew, I think it was something like 30, 40K or some shit like that.
Month.
Yeah. I think I lasted there for I think I lasted a month. I think I got one paycheck.
You got one paycheck and like, oh,
I think I got one paycheck.
This is not
I was like, but I'm the guy. I'm just I can't just sit around doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't sit around because growing up, I was just like any teenager, you're always up to shit. And our African parents don't know, and I don't blame them because they were not raised that way. They don't know how to spend time with their kids, right? You're a kid, you're supposed to do school, shut the hell up, get me good grades.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So as a young boy, you have all this testosterone. You've got all this energy, and you want to do things, and but what your parents do is like, don't do that. You got to do this. You know what I mean? So all this pent up energy is not being used. So you get up to
mischief.
you get up to mischief. And I was typical that troublemaker, whatever. And my father's like, damn, I'm gonna lose this kid. So he sent me off to national service.
Okay.
So I can be straightened out. And guess what? That shit fucking worked. Can we curse in this thing?
Feel free, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, before I left to go to national service, me and my friends in the neighborhood were very tight. So I was gone for like six months. And throughout that time, I was really looking forward to get back to the hood. Hang out with the boys, you know what I mean? We even called the neighborhood we're staying at in Arusha, close as you're going to Njiro, to breweries. That corner there. There was a little kibanda there, and we used to call it boot camp.
Boot camp. This is where you guys got up no good.
All sorts of
so
shit.
You brewed up the stuff.
Typical young teenagers up to mischief. So throughout these 6 months, I was looking forward to get back to the neighborhood. And the day came that I was going on leave after the initial 6 months training. Now, I get to Arusha because the training was in Dodoma. I get to Arusha and immediately get home, say hello to my mom, and immediately I go to the hood. Get to the hood. I'm super excited to see the boys. The boys are super excited to see me. And everybody's like, hey, soldier boy. What? Vibes. 30 minutes in. I was like, nah.
You'd actually...
Immediately, after 30 minutes hanging with the boys, who I really missed, and And we consider ourselves blood brothers.
Brothers, yeah.
As teenagers, man,
Yeah.
you get up to all sorts of shit,
Yeah.
and you think like the world revolves around you and all of that, and nothing's gonna change, and you don't understand how life is yet.
Yeah.
So after half an hour hanging with them, I was like, no,
It's not gonna cut it.
no, we're not the same.
Yeah, your perceptions of things have changed.
6
Your
months
priorities.
away,
Yeah,
and you're taken into this world where you have to be responsible. There's discipline. You're held accountable for what you're doing. You have responsibilities.
Mhm.
There's no messing about. Everything is
And
planned.
accountability.
And accountability, bro.
Yeah.
Before there wasn't really proper accountability.
Yeah.
So immediately after half an hour hanging out with them, I realized that these are not my people anymore.
Okay.
And immediately I started putting a gap between myself and my childhood friends that I grew up with, because it's like we're different people. I see the world differently now. There's still these kids, even though we're the same age, but 6 months away from them made me mature. And I was like, nah, I can't do this hanging around. We were still cool. I'd still hang out with them a little bit, but I was like, nah, I need a job. They don't want to work. They're all thinking about, this is Arusha. Everybody thinks he's going to hit it big with Tanzanite.
Tanzanite, yeah.
The big girl on your bar. The big girl. The big girl. That was the vibe, bro. The big girl on your bar. The big girl. The big girl on the potato. And then later on, it's like, oh, your box.
Yeah.
People asking you for money, man. It's like, so I was like, nah, this is not my vibe. I started looking for work. So got this job. It was close to the clock tower, that bridge. And there was a company there doing security work, providing guards, like Uakali vibes. And the pay was shit. So I ended up training their guards. But the level of training that I know was, parade stuff. I was not teaching them tactics or any kind of things like that. So that was a shit job. Left it, got a job at, met this guy, Australian guy, who ran the TFA complex where Shoppers is.
Yeah.
And I met him once in the evening somewhere having a conversation, and he really liked me. And I told him, I just got out of the national service and da. He's like, I might have a job for you. So I went over there and he hired me. So I was kind of like the security manager assistant.
Okay.
Yeah. So got there. Now the security manager was this old guy, ex-traffic cop. And me and him immediately clashed. He does not like me. I'm sure he thought like, this young man is here to take my job.
Yeah, I can. I think I know. Yeah.
So already the chemistry was off.
Okay.
It was just not right. And yeah, so I worked there. I think I worked there actually it was before that. I got a job at Ngurdoto.
Yes. Yeah.
The way I got a job at Ngurdoto, I went to Impala Hotel, and the owner of Impala Ngurdoto, Mrema, the late Mrema, he had his office by the Bureau de Change in the hotel with stacks of files. That man worked constantly.
Yeah.
Anytime you go, that man is there behind his desk, working away. And I went to him, and he knew my father, and I introduced myself to him, and I said, I'm looking for work. And it's like, okay. We might have an opening in Ngurdoto.
Yeah.
Go there and meet so and so. So I went there, met this guy, and he was the manager, and it was like, yeah, we'll give you. There was no opening, but because I was sent by the boss, they created an opening. You see the importance of knowing people?
Yeah, knowing people. That's
you gotta
true.
know people. If you don't know him, make up a story. Make them think like they know you or they should know you.
Opens up doors.
So I got there, and they created this position. It's called the animator. And I was like, in my head, I loved animations. It's like, I'm going to be drawing cartoons. What the hell is going on? This is a hotel. So according to him, I never even looked it up. I should really. According to him, an animator is a person in the hospitality industry. An animator is a person who comes up with creative activities for the guests to do.
Yeah.
Like excursions, that kind of thing. Fine. So I got this job, and so I'm sitting there with all these managers. And it's like, come, let's go for breakfast. So we go for breakfast one day. It's buffet where the guests eat and whatever. I'm like, oh, this is a good gig.
Yeah.
You know, I came from national service. Ugali marage is not. Now there's a choice of food and whatever. You know, and I was young, man. I was in my early, I was like 20 or 21 or something like that. So I was like, oh, this is great. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, you have there. And then after a few days, somebody came to me and was like, listen, you're not supposed to be eating here.
Yeah. I'm like, you're going for the staff meals now.
Yeah. I was like, why? Your level, you're supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
So I've been to the staff level.
Back of house.
Yeah, back of house. And I know what the staff eats. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I was like, in my head, I was like, nah, that's not happening. You can't do this to a person. You can't, for the last 3 days, bringing me this side. I have a choice of eggs, and now you're taking me to ugali maragi. I was like, no. In my head, I was like, no. So moving on. That same day, that following day is going on. I just kept on going to the buffet. So they didn't like it or whatever. Eventually, I got fired.
Yes.
Yeah. So I lasted. I lasted for about I think a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Got fired. Yeah, I was like, okay, didn't like this job anyway. You're telling yourself. But this is all learning. Yeah, this is all learning and trying to discover, you know, who you are, what you want to do. And then I got the job at TFA, right?
Yeah.
Now
with the Australian.
Yeah, with the Australian guy, yeah. And he was really cool. He really liked me. So working there, and then one day I was at the supermarket. It was, I think, at the time it was ShopRite. If I was not mistaken.
ShopRite, yeah.
Yeah, now it's Shoppers.
Yeah.
Then it was ShopRite, and I was just walking around, and then at the cigarette counter, which is separate, right? Mm-hmm. There was this white guy. I remember his name till today. His name was Quinton. Mm-hmm. White guy, short shorts, South African, short shorts, khaki shirt, double pocket, short sleeve, typical
time.
You know,
say that,
safari South African vibe with safari logos. Yeah. And the way he looked, he didn't look like a tour guide. He looked like a professional hunter. That kind of vibe, yeah. And he was buying all these cigarettes, bundles of cigarettes, and he had a huge lump of cash, stack of cash that's big. I was like, damn. So I looked at him and I just went up to the guy. Hey man, how you doing? Excuse me. He's like, hey, what's up? He's like, my name is so and so. This is my background. And I was just wondering, is your organization hiring? I was like, okay, no worries. He was like, yeah, I wouldn't know, but there's someone you can speak to. Oh, okay. So he gave me a name, a guy called Keith Roberts. Mm-hmm. Go see this guy, and maybe something will come up. So I went over to TGT. I remember that day. Yeah, and it was a public holiday. In my head, I didn't think of it. I just went there. And on the way there, I bumped into another white guy. I remember his name as well. He was a professional hunter. Seen him out, this and that. It's like rugby. Yes. I used to play rugby. So I found out that I only started getting into rugby. And then I heard about this company that a lot of people who work in that company play rugby. And if you play rugby, you know, the chance of you getting in is quite high. Yeah. So I was like, that's already an advantage. So I met this guy, I bumped into this guy on the road. His name is Ian Batchelor. He was a professional hunter for this company and guide. Mm-hmm. And I bumped into him in the road. He recognized me. He stopped. He's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I was going to TGT. I'm going to meet Keith Roberts. I was like, I work with TGT, but today is a public holiday. I don't think they'll be in. I was like, oh shit, didn't think about that. It's like, no worries, but you know, I can give you a ride and you go and check if they're in or come back during the week. I was like, you know what? I'll come back during. So 2 days later or something, I went back there, met with Keith, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna hire you. We like you. So did the interview with the MD, rocked up there. There people go to interviews, they rock up in safari gear.
Yeah,
My guy, I did the suit, bro. I went home, did the suit thing, cologne, the whole 9 yards. Rocked up there, well shaven, smart. I spoke with the managing director for like 5 minutes. It's like, you're hired.
What do you think the decision,
I
that
think
spot on decision, was it because of the initial introductions, or was it
confidence.
your confidence?
Yeah,
Okay.
he made it very clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I like you.
Okay.
I like you. You're hired. I did 5 minutes, bro. You don't get to know who someone is. I didn't even finish my whole kind of spiel, who I am, what my ambition is, what I want to do. It was a 5 minute conversation. It's basically hello, the pleasantries, and the quick chat, and that was it. It's like, you're hired. And he did come and tell me. It's like, usually when people come to me, they come with their bit safari gear. You took the time. You put on a suit. You were clean shaven. I even had cologne on, bro. I was like, I couldn't afford, so I went and took my dad's. My dad used to rock I think it's Ralph Lauren Safari.
Yeah, the crystal kind of looking bottle. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it was the confidence because he did tell me, and so I was I was presentable, I was confident, and what you learned in the military on national service is that you always have to be chest up, don't come in head down, whatever, be presentable. When you speak, be audible, project,
Yeah.
So he's a boss. He's worked with a lot of people. He can tell personalities and character very easily. So yeah, got the job. And then so I came from like 30-40K a month. And then when they gave me the contract and I looked at how much I was making, I went from 30K to 1.1 million. Dude.
Yeah,
I thought I was rich. I thought I hit the jackpot. Dude.
Your walk must have changed, man.
Dude, my God, I'm making $1 million a month. Are you kidding me? This was 20 years ago. It was a lot of money. Yeah, but I was young. I was single and whatever. So it wasn't a lot of money. But considering where I came from, I remember I had my cousin who's an engineer and was working for BP. And he was complaining. This was while I was still in national service. I was like getting like 20K a month. And he was complaining on how much he was getting paid. He told me he was paid $1,500. And in my head, I'm like, 1,500K? Do you know what I do with $1,500?
Yeah.
But because you're not in that space and you're not, you see it as it's huge, Yeah, so I did that job for 2 years in conservation, anti-poaching, and then got fired from that one.
Wow. So there's a pattern here. So let me ask you though. So conservation is new to you at this time now.
At this time, yeah. That's the
first time. Yeah. So this is away from a city job.
Yes.
Straight into the bush job. Hence all the cigarettes that these guys were buying.
Yes.
Because they're always in the bush.
Always in the bush. Yeah.
How was that experience initially?
So it was all new. It was very exciting.
Yeah.
My boss really liked me. I was really good at what I was doing because I was, I'm a humble guy and I'm always willing to learn, and I loved it.
Yeah.
The problem started is that I was the only Tanzanian at that level of management. So it was kind of like junior managers, and there were other guys who came in at the same level. So we were called camp managers.
Okay.
So in the bush, there's hunting camps. So in the hunting camp, you've got staff, right? You've got drivers, you've got mechanics, you've got skinners. Skinners are the guys who skin the animals. You've got skinners, you've got trackers. Trackers are the guys who track animals with the clients. You've got gun bearers. Gun bearers are the people who carry the guns for the clients.
Okay.
You've got the tent guys who clean up the tents. You've got the chef who cooks the food and whatever. And you've got a supervisor. The supervisor basically is the boss.
Yes. Yeah.
He's the guy. His office is in the storeroom, and then you've got the camp manager. So the camp manager is usually a white boy. He's there on holiday, basically. He's getting paid a shitload of money there to watch the black people not to steal. That's all it is. Because I was looking at the dynamics, and I was like, you take away the camp manager, the supervisor has got this shit down on lock.
Yeah.
You take away the supervisor, the manager is screwed. The supervisor is the engine. He's the one making the orders. He's the one tracking everything.
And he knows everyone's character and everything.
He knows everything. The manager, depending on the character.
Yeah.
Some managers are really good. And the managers who are really good are the ones who actually assimilate. You know what I mean? They learn the language, they like really get in and they get one with the people. You know what I mean? And they're the really good ones. And they actually last. The other ones who don't assimilate, so what ends up happening, they don't learn the language, so they're always secluded. You know, all they got to do is just send an email, a report once a week, or end of month report, or whatever of what's happening, and da-da-da-da-da. And then when clients come, they join the client for dinner and entertain the client because the client comes with a professional hunter who's kind of their guide and whatever. So the camp manager basically ends up just entertaining the client for a little bit, and that's it. So the managers who assimilate and really get in touch with the people, they're more useful. Yeah. So it was me and something like 5-6 other young camp managers from South Africa.
Okay.
All same age group, very young, and so we were working together. So I was the only Tanzanian. Now, remember, these are all white South Africans. They all have the same kind of hobbies, cultural background. They're similar.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the odd one out here.
Very totally different.
You know, I'm a Tanzanian.
Different lifestyle.
Do I understand the lingo? Yes. Are there some things that were similar about each other? Yeah. As in, we're both young people from the same type of era, but a lot of the other things were totally different. For instance, I'm a black kid. My taste of music totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My sense of humor totally different.
Yeah.
With them, they get a bit too intrusive with their sense of humor and jokes and things like that. Me, Tanzanian, raised a bit conservatively, so I'm a bit different. So I was the odd one out. And after a while, it became a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was, even most of them, we didn't even really click. It was one of those things like, you think you're friends, but you're not really.
You think, or you know you're not friends, but you just have to tolerate each other.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But the way we Tanzanians are, we're different. With Tanzanians, we have this thing of, we accept everyone.
Yeah.
You know that thing? We was like, yeah, we're cool, man. Nah.
Familiarity.
Yeah. Nah. What's it like that?
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. Yeah. And there's a lot of things, like there was an initiation. There was this thing called a camp manager training, and it was 3 months long. And it's like which was, I think, was pretty good, because the company is a big organization, right? You've got the finance department, you've got HR, you've got research department, you've got the hunting side, you've got the photographic side, you've got logistics, you've got workshop, you've got the side for vehicle maintenance, you've got furniture maintenance, you've got tents, you've got fuel in the vehicle side, and you need to understand how you've got stores and procurement and all of that stuff. Now you need to understand how the entire organization works, which I think is really good. So in this 3 months, part of it was for them Swahili course. I didn't have to do the Swahili course. There's also kitchen with the chefs and whatever. So you go through all these departments and you learn how it works, and you work in that department. So this week you could be in workshop, this week you'll be in finance, the next week you're in this, just to understand how the entire apparatus works and how everything works together. And I think that was cool. And I remember that's when I learned how to do Excel, because the logistics manager was going on leave, lovely lady. And she was going on leave, Mama Naibu, I remember until today. And I was shadowing her for about 2 weeks. And then she was the logistics manager. And then she was going on leave for a whole month.
Okay.
So I had to step in to her role as the logistics manager for that period of time. And so I was learning from her how she does this, and she was showing me on Excel, this is how we do this is the orders, this is the vehicles. Because the logistic manager is the one who gives the fuel, and we had a fuel pump and everything, just like a petrol station. So a vehicle comes, they need fuel, you go, pump it in for them, you take the details. I've never used Excel before. So she's showing me this thing, and I'm like, but I'm scared to say that I don't know how to do this. You know what I mean? I've just found out that I'm making $1 million a month. If I say I don't know, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose this job. They're gonna say you're useless. Get the fuck out of here. So I'm terrified. I'm like, I get it, and I'm really focusing on understanding everything that she's showing me. I don't think I've ever focused in my life like I focused in those 2 weeks. Actually, for that last week, because that's when she told me that she's going on leave and I'm gonna fill in for her. I remember going home, and for like 2-3 days, I was having nightmares about Excel. Because I was like, I'm gonna fuck it up. And then she left, went on leave, and didn't fuck it up. The paranoia made me focus. So I was the logistics manager for a bit, and then they had a restaurant and a health club, and then they made me kind of like the health club restaurant manager. And so during the day, I was managing the health club. They had a swimming pool, gym, rugby pitch, tennis courts, squash courts, pool, and the restaurant. So I'd manage that during the day, and at night I was a maitre d'. Never managed the restaurant before, so that's a really good learning. Never was a maitre d'. But I nailed that sucker. I nailed that sucker. I watched too many movies, man, not to nail it. Put on a suit, a 2-piece suit, tie in the evening, and you stand outside the restaurant, and as guests come in, it's like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, please come in. And as they order their thing, I walk around. Was your meal to your satisfaction? Would you like something else? And these white people were looking at this black boy. It's like, they get confused. It's like, this kid, so much confidence. What's going on here? And I would put on an accent.
Yes.
Because you're a maitre d', you can't just mispronounce your R's and L's, like your typical Tanzanian. No, I put a little tinge. So I had this English accent that I worked with. And they were really confused, and they really liked me. So people used to come a lot, and you always used to leave good reviews. It's like, we like the maitre d'. Hence the name Eddie, because white people are more comfortable
with Eddie.
Than Ahmed. And remember, this is post 9/11. So worked there, and then got shipped off to the bush. So it was really was too much coming in, but it was very exciting because I'm learning new stuff every day.
Mm-hmm.
The management like me because I keep my head down, work hard. The only problem is hanging out with these white kids, these young boys, the managers. They were different from me, and after a while,
Mm-hmm.
I think we got too familiar, and then it got a bit
Messy.
a bit messy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like for instance, after the training, there was this initiation, where we all had to dress up as hookahs.
Okay.
White boy shit.
Yeah.
White people. All the managers were white and stuff like that. So it was these things. I like we Africans. We don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I supposed to dress as the thing?
Yeah.
And you go out drinking. It's like, hey, well done, you did it. Like, good, you're a sport. So I was like, if I'm gonna be dressed as a hooker, I'm gonna dress like a tough one. If none of you white people don't try something, so one of you is gonna get it. But it's things like that. But it's the cultural differences.
That's definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me being the only one, for them, it feels like we're all part of the same thing. I feel like if there were more of us, less of them, it wouldn't be like that. It would have been more like, let's try and make it comfortable for these guys.
But don't you think at times, I know we're going into a different topic, just let's digress a bit, but haven't you noticed, like, when the culture is different, let's say there's more of Tanzanians, maybe one or two members of a different culture, they also a tendency to make fun of habits of that culture.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a human thing.
It's a human thing.
It's a human condition.
Exactly.
It's a human condition.
Yeah.
It's a human condition.
And so when you go through this, how does this? Is this the first time you're experiencing this and learning?
Yeah.
So how do you process this? And
I was confused.
Yeah. Okay.
I was confused. I didn't know how to process it. For example, things like sarcasm.
Yes.
Swahili has sarcasm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sarcasm, but it's not commonly used. So with English, there's a lot of sarcasm.
A lot.
They're like too much.
Yeah.
I didn't get sarcasm.
Yeah.
So they would be sarcastic to me, and I didn't get it. So I was kind of like the butt of the joke, kind of the thing.
Yeah.
So they'll be sarcastic all the time and this and that, and I didn't get it until much later when I started understanding what sarcasm is and whatever. And then I was like starting to recall the little conversations and the little incidents that happened. I'm like, is that what they meant? You know what I mean? So it wasn't a great feeling. It was very confusing. You thinking that, these guys, you guys are cool, but you're actually not.
You're not cool. Yeah.
You're not cool. And then later on, that's when you discover, so we are really not friends. It's like, you know what I mean? But it's all a learning curve. So that was it.
So you leave, where you head to then?
Say again?
After you lose that job, where you?
So basically, with that job, it reached a point where this is funny. While I was there learning about because this was all new to me.
Yeah.
And then I learned about the hunting side of things.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
This was before I started going into conservation. This was because they sent me to become a camp manager at one camp to take over from a manager who was going on leave. They say, we're going to send you there. We want you to manage the camp and learn as much as you can. I was like, oh, great. Actually, this was before the other managers were brought in. This was 06. Yeah. The other managers came in early 07. Yeah. So I went to this camp in Uvinza in Kigoma, close to Kasulu. And I was there for I think for 2 months or so. Um, and while I was there, kept on understanding more and more. And then there was a hunter who came in, Mr. Wilkinson, I remember. Was this PH from Zimbabwe, uh, who lost everything and came and started again. And he just complained about Zimbabwe and what happened all the time. And everybody warned me, it's like when he's there, if he talks about Zimbabwe,
Just listen.
just play along.
Oh.
Because if you don't, if you try and argue for Zimbabwe, oh, you guys are gonna be enemies. So he came there with this client, and yeah, so had dinner with them. They went on their hands and da-da-da. So they were there for like 5-6 days, and I got to learn the other side of the professional hunter. Got to sit with Mr. Wilkinson for quite a while. It was quite an older man, and with the older men, as long as you listen and ask questions, they're very good at giving you little antidotes and whatever. So I was learning a lot from this man in the evenings after the client has gone to bed, and we'd just have conversations. And so I started learning about the hunting side of things. And I was like, wouldn't it be nice if I could be a professional hunter? I was like, okay. So now my head is like spinning. I was like, maybe professional hunting would be the angle I try to pursue. And I tried following up. What does it take to become a professional hunter? It's like first you have to do an apprenticeship, which takes about 2 years. And after you become an apprentice, after the 2 years, with that you have to do all sorts of stuff: camp managing, anti-poaching, and learn every aspect around the hunting industry. And then you shadow a professional hunter for like a season or two, and then you start getting your own clients. So I was like, this is interesting. So as I was doing that, I was like, you know what? Instead of just being a camp manager, I'd rather go into the conservation side and do that and learn that side, and then eventually come and do this.
Oh, so let me get you straight. So you want to go conservation, acquire some knowledge and skills, and then come back.
Yeah. So basically, what it is, by law, in Tanzania, every hunting company must do conservation.
Now I understand what
you see. So if you have if you're awarded or you acquire a hunting block, which is an area within a game reserve, it's assigned to you. While you're doing your hunting activities, there's few things you need to do.
Okay.
You must build the roads in that area.
In that area.
So that you can drive and go to the different areas, because these areas are big. You must do conservation. That means you must protect the wildlife and the habitat in the area. Yeah. That means you need to employ people to do anti-poaching, conservation work, So that's the law. Okay. So this hunting company that I was working for also had a conservation arm.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, let me work in this space to do anti-poaching and whatever. And actually, I did a little bit of that after the camp managing. Once we closed the camp, after the hunting season was over, I moved to the anti-poaching team and worked with the anti-poaching team for a few weeks before going back for Christmas. This was end of 2006. So I was like, this would be a natural transition. So after that, the January of 2007, that's when we did the 3-month kind of apprenticeship thing. And then by the time it hit April, May, they sent me out to the field. But now as the mobile anti-poaching commander or anti-poaching coordinator. So I had 2 vehicles, 10 guys, and we would go through all the hunting blocks all over the country under this organization doing conservation work.
How is that? I mean, it must be a thrill.
It's a thrill,
but at the same time,
it's also dangerous.
You don't know what you're gonna meet.
It's hard work, man, because effective anti-poaching is not done on vehicles. It's on the ground. So basically, you have these vehicles, you drive to a location, and you get off, and you start tracking.
So you start tracking.
So you're looking for signs. It's like, we see bicycle marks, You see footprints, you start tracking, you lay ambushes, and you catch these guys. Some of them have weapons, some of, either bow and arrows with poison tips, some of them have muzzle loaders, some of them have even AK-47s. We've had guys killed, guys shot at.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a proper Rambo vibe. It's either you or me. It's that vibe. It's not easy.
How rewarding is it? When you manage to you spot, locate these poachers and actually
it's adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's adrenaline because there's danger.
Yeah.
While you're in the bush, there's danger. We've been charged by animals. There's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous thing to do. So when you see poachers, you get that adrenaline dump.
Yeah, because you don't know how many there are.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, right?
Okay.
So there's that adrenaline dump that you get, and you get fired up, and once you hit that charge of adrenaline, like fear goes away, and you're just amped up, and you just want to go, and you do the chase. Sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't, but it's just full of adrenaline, and it's very rewarding once you manage to apprehend them. It could be meat poachers, it could be fish poachers, it could be timber, all different things. It could be cattle, people coming to graze in the park or whatever. So there's always this adrenaline dump. But a lot of times it's also sad because you catch some of these guys and you realize that they're not really bad people. You know what I mean? These are just people who come from extreme poverty. And all they want to do is take care of their family.
So you think there's a lot of cases exploitation?
In what sense?
An elephant's going down. Yeah. The guy doing it is not actually the guy.
There's levels. There's levels. The people who go after elephants, those guys need to be taken out. They need to be. Those are bad people.
I get you now.
Yeah, those are bad people. But the guys who come in is like for fish.
Or dick.
Or like a little impala.
Little impala.
I mean? It's like and the meat is not just for them to eat. They go sell it. They go sell it. But the poachers who take down elephants and whatever, those are bad guys.
They're in business for
this. Those are bad guys. But it's one of those things like one of the things we used to do is some of the poachers that you catch, you convert them.
And they become
and they're the best. Because these guys just need a way out, bro.
And they know the terrain too.
And all of these guys that we convert from poachers to rangers, they're the best rangers than all these rangers that went to school for this shit. These guys are hard. They're not scared, first of all. They're not scared because this is
their ground, man.
This is their ground, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're in the bush with flip flops, my guy. You got boots. There's levels to this thing. There's levels. You know what I mean? They walk at night. You're camping at night. It's like there's levels. These guys are the real deal. So and they know tracking. They know bushcraft because they live it. So when you convert these guys to rangers, because listen, it's a hard life being a poacher. It's not easy. The reward is hard to get, and it's not worth a lot. You know what I mean? Because bushmeat is also illegal, and it's all even the business. It's kind of like Asha, and it's not like they're making millions. No, bro. No. There's no rich poacher. So it's a hard living. It's very risky. There's animals that there's a risk of being attacked with animals, but they never get attacked with animals. They're really good at what they do. It's only us idiots from the cities that get charged by animals, not them. So by converting them into rangers, now they have a paycheck.
Consistent paycheck.
They have a consistent paycheck. Now they have a uniform. They've got nice boots. They've got this. They have pride.
Respect.
Now they walk into their village chest high. It's like, look at me. I'm a responsible member of the community. I take care of my family, and I don't have to hide what I'm doing. They're very proud, and they become really good rangers. So that's the beauty of it, like managing to convert these guys from being poachers to being rangers. Those were the highlights of that job. Yeah.
So where does the plane come in? The flying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my brother was a fighter pilot for the Tanzanian Air Force.
Okay.
So growing up, it was like an idol. So already there was that inkling in my head that, oh, I'd love to fly, I'd love to fly. And even when I was in the national service, bumped into another guy who's also had the same interest. So we're always talking about aviation and things like that. And even when I was a kid, I remember we were in London with my father, and we went to an air show, and I climbed into a fighter jet and whatever. So it was always this little thing in the back of my head, and it's like, oh, I'd love to fly. So working for this organization, they had a plane that you use for anti-poaching. And one time I was in the bush, and there was this pilot. His name was Paul Ferguson. He was a dentist turned bush pilot. I don't know. I think he got tired of smelling people's bad breath. It's like, nah, I need to change careers. I'm going in the bush and fly planes. He was a very interesting guy. He was
Mr. Ferguson.
Mr. Ferguson. Today, I'm terrible with remembering names, but today I'm remembering all these guys' names. Paul Ferguson. And there was this type of aircraft called, it's a flex wing trike. So it's basically, the engine is at the back. It's open. It's all open. And it's, the gliders, the hand gliders. And it's basically a hand glider with 2 seats and an engine.
Yeah.
And 3 wheels.
The guy who did flew around the world in one of those.
Yeah. So you're open, you're in the elements, that kind of vibe. Yeah. We call them Popoba. So he used to go up, do a survey in the air, and if he spots something, he'll take a coordinate and he'll radio the coordinates in, and we'll go on the ground
and follow up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was on the ground team, he was on the air team. So he used to fly, we do the ground patrol. And then one day it's like, yo, you want to go for a flip? I was like, yeah. So jumped on. He was in the front, I was in the back, strapped in, and then, and these things, they take off in no time. So I'm sitting at the back, and suddenly I'm airborne. I started flying. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then we're coming to land, and then it started raining, and then the rain was hitting us, and then, hey, rain hurts, man.
Oh, yeah.
Rain hurts. I remember I was wearing a bandana. It didn't help. Yeah, so right there it clicked. I was like, you mean I can do what I'm doing from in the air? And then fixated. I was like, now I got a plan. Yeah. I'm going to pursue the professional hunting thing, because the hunting is seasonal, right? The season starts June to December. And then that's it in the year, June to December. So that's 6 months. What am I doing for the other 6 months? Conservation. So I was like, oh shit, I got a plan. I'm going to learn how to fly. In 6 months, I'm going to be doing conservation. And then the other 6 months, I'm going to be hunting with fat Americans. Like, win-win. Yeah. At the time, I think professional hunter was being paid $500 a day or something like that. I was like, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. I got this plan. I got no money, but I got this plan that this is what I'm going to do. So one day I was sitting with an old ranger, old guy. Can't remember his name. And I told him, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to become a professional hunter. And he started laughing at me. At first I was offended. It's like, does he think I can't do it? It's like, mzee vipi bwana, unaona siwezi? It's like, nah, you can. But this is a white boys club, man. It's not for you. And in my head, I was like, this is just those old people have that colonial mindset and da 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 da. Da. In my head, I'm like, no, my God, times have changed. Nah, it's cool. I'll be a professional hunter. You don't worry about it. It's like, yeah, whatever you say, young blood. It's
Go and
your
find
life.
out.
You gonna find out. But I'm telling you, it's never gonna happen. So in my head, I was like, this old man is a hater. So I started pushing this hunting thing. My guy, every time I push it, clunk. Every time I push it, hit a wall. Every time I push it, hit a wall.
When you're pushing your what now? You're what, trying to.
I'm already in the conservation side.
You're in the conservation side,
Yeah,
but you're also
I'm working.
You're pursuing
Yeah,
the,
I'm
the
pursuing
hunting
this
side.
thing. I'm
And when you're
this thing.
pursuing, what things are you doing trying to grow in that space?
You know, like I'm trying to get close to all the professional hunters. There's one guy, his name was Paul, passed away. Nice guy though. And he would be cool. It's like, hey, come, let's go. So I'll go out with him and help him because before the clients come, sometimes the professional hunter is there earlier and we'll go set up baits and things like that to get ready and look for the different types of animals that they're going to be hunting to see if we can spot them in different areas so that when the client comes, he knows what areas and da, da, da. So I would go, he was kind of like a junior PH. Yeah. He wasn't like fully kind of given his own clients. So he was like still that junior PH and he would come in advance before the main PH with the client. So I would shadow him and learn from him and whatever. So they didn't give me kind of like, okay, now you do that. I would do that on top of my conservation stuff. So it's like when the team is, when it's a rest day or the team has taken the poachers to court or something, I would look at those 3 days. And if there's a professional hunter in one of the camps, I would reach out and say, hey, can I shadow you and try and learn? And do that. Some of them will be yes, some of them no. But he was like, yeah. So I made this clear to even the companies, like, I'd like to do this. And there was another lovely lady who worked for the organization, and she knew my father and the family and everything. And I told her, Mama, this is what I'd like to do. And she was like,
Same thing the old man told you.
And I'm like, why are these old people, kind of negative towards this? And I was like, I'll keep on trying. Never happened. Never happened. And then I realized, oh shit, this is an old boys club. It's like,
So you actually kind of now put the pieces together.
No, I'm starting to put the pieces together.
That this is not going to happen.
This is not going to happen. Maybe if I, sometimes you just have to push and push and push, and sometimes you break through. But it was like the talk was we need more Tanzanian PHs.
Yeah.
However,
it's not the action.
It's not the action.
Yeah.
Unless I think it's more easier if you work for a Tanzanian company. They're all Tanzanian companies, of course, but like a Tanzanian owned kind of thing, I think it's a bit easier. But no, it was an old boys club, man. It was tough to break through. And it's in those kind of spaces, you cannot break through by yourself. You need someone to hold your hand. You need them to be like, hey, come through. You're gonna shadow me. I'm gonna teach you the ropes. I'm gonna show you how it's done. And then because from there you gotta go and sell. So every year they'll take you to the US. All these other camp managers were taken and never happened to me. So they take you to the US and they take you to this hunting show.
Yeah.
And this is where safari companies sell to clients. Yeah. And there you go and you meet all these potential clients and all these hunters and whatever. And then you sell them a safari, And that's how these, because every professional hunter was not a professional before. They were a young guy wanting to be in that space, and then they join a company and they do all the shitty jobs. Yeah, no little to no pay, and then you shadow the professional hunters, and you become an apprentice, and then you grow and you grow and you grow, and after you grow, you come legally. You have to do an exam, and then you get a license. And then now you are by law a professional hunter, recognized professional hunter, all right? So, but you need someone to hold your hand. You need to be, but that never happened. So I was trying to, and then it came a time it was like, now the realization came where, oh shit, this thing is not going so well. And then that's when like all the morale, the excitement of the job started going away, So I was still looking at I was like, okay, this hunting thing, I don't know, maybe it might not work. But it was still there. It was still the plan. And I was looking at flying and whatever. Didn't have the money to do it. But I was like, I'll find a way. I'll find a way. So there was one time I remember the owner's grandson came and we went, did some anti-poaching stuff with him. I really liked it. And then the following year, he came again. So the first time we were with all the bosses and whatever, because hey, we got a show. So this time there were no bosses, just me and the guy's grandson. It's like, yeah, take him to the bush, do some anti-poaching operation. I was like, okay. So what do you mean? Like last time? It's like, nah, just normal. All right, okay, normal. We will do normal. My enthusiasm is down now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
I'm
saying
like,
that.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
this. So we're working. I'm with this kid, showing him around. After this, he's gonna go hunt with his grandfather. Yeah, rich Americans. You know how it is. So I'm showing him around. We go. I think we did one poaching thingy, and then we caught some poachers. And then when we catch poachers, the poachers are be taken to court. So we were kind of free. So we hang around for like 2 days with nothing to do. I'm sure he didn't like it. In hindsight, I'm sure he hated it. So he left, sent him to his grandfather for his hunt. And then about a week later, a few days later, I get a call from my boss. It's like, yo, we need you back in Arusha ASAP. I was like, okay. This was in Maswa, which is in the southwestern part of Serengeti. And it's like, yeah, no worries. Went to Arusha, and I was fine. I was like, And then the reason for getting fired was, this is the boss now. This is a new boss who came in. It's like, you're lazy, and I'm like, lazy, risking my life in the bush, chasing these guys down, lazy. It didn't click. It didn't click what had happened, So, but me, I was excited. When I was excited to be fired, because I was like, finally, I can pursue what I want to do, because I had a vision, I had a plan, and these guys, it felt like my plan wasn't happening, right? So I was excited, I was happy. I was like, cheers, sayonara. Within a few days, I left, moved to Dar. Actually, I started applying for my NSSF, whatever. Got my NSSF. It wasn't much. It was something like 30 million. But at the time, this is the most money I've ever held. Yeah. Got that money, moved to Dar, bought a motorbike, and paid the deposit for flight training.
For flight training, yeah, okay.
So I had a plan.
Yeah.
And I started doing my flight training, and then it wasn't enough because I still needed more money. So I was looking for work that would supplement so I can afford to finish my flight training. And that's when I met this guy called Scott Coles. And when I spoke to a friend of mine, and he said, if you want to go into hunting, speak to this guy. So I go and meet up with this guy, and then I tell him, yo, I'm so and so. I was working for this organization, doing this and this, anti-poaching, conservation, da da da. Right now, I'm doing my pilot's license, but I'd like to become a PH. So he laid it right on the line. And I said, hey, if you want to be a PH, fine. But, that industry is like this, is like this, is like this. So if you want to do it, by all means.
Yeah.
And if there's an opportunity somewhere, I can connect you to it. However, there's this opportunity right here of being a close protection specialist with this Danish company.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I've been hearing a lot of negative things about this hunting thing.
And he's just telling you the
Yeah,
same thing.
it's like, but he broke it down.
Down.
He
Okay.
broke it down. There are other two older people. They didn't break
Break
it
it
down.
down.
They're like, maybe not for you because of this. But I was like, no, this is 2000 and was what 207, 208. I was like, come on, we're in this is a new millennium, man.
Yeah.
You know, times surely have
Have
changed.
changed.
So he broke it down. I was like, okay. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's go into this security thing. Just like, really? I was like, yeah. So immediately right there, got the thing. They sent me to Kenya, did some training, came back, and I was working. We did some work for Google, Microsoft, Bill and Melinda Gates, protected Naomi Campbell, Emil Hirsch, Jessica Biel, Andy Cole.
Good job, man.
Yeah,
Because we didn't hear about these guys.
yeah, a
being
lot
around.
of these guys, and then a whole bunch of billionaires that no one knows that come to the country. Paul Allen, Microsoft, Bill Gates' partner, took care of his sister and son when they came to the country, and a whole bunch of other celebrities and business executives that no one knows, but they're like really high level, that kind of stuff. And that really helped kind of open me up into a whole different world and a different skill set that I did not plan for. But at the same time, I was still managing to get a little bit of money to pay for my flight training.
So conservation is with you. It's something you're like, I need to do this.
Initially, it was a means to an end.
Yeah.
But now it's like, after so many years, I found myself back full time into conservation. Like the other day, this last month,
Yeah.
I was in the bush. My job is to fly around, spot any activity, report back. Right? That's it. That's my job. I'm not supposed to chase poachers. That's not my job. But after doing that, reporting back, and then we had to send the chopper to, and then it's like, you want to come? I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I jump on the chopper, and then we're going out there. And now we're on the ground of these fish poaching camps that we found. And then we're chasing poachers on the ground. And it's like, shit, I haven't done this in 20 years. 20 years, bro. I haven't done this in 20 years. Now I'm down on the ground chasing poachers again. And for me, it was so exciting because it was like, oh, shit, look at this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe this is something that I'm supposed to do.
I mean, do you feel you don't feel any sense of pressure when you're doing what you're doing? It's like you enjoy getting up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To go and do what you're doing. Yeah. I mean, you don't think about like where does this go?
No.
Yeah, where is this heading to? It's like
no, there are those thoughts, it's like, listen, I believe I have something to give. I believe
all of service, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing with conservation, for me, I'm a patriot. I love my country. Yeah. And sometimes you need to do hard jobs as a contribution to your patriotism to your country.
Okay.
And for me, conservation ticks that box.
It definitely
Where
does.
it's something dangerous, it's something hard, but it's something worthwhile.
It's worthwhile, especially the fact that 90% of the people don't see.
Yeah.
But they benefit from it. One or the other, exactly.
Yeah, when you come in trying to find a tangible benefit right now, it's like, no, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
But your great grandchildren are gonna come to this national park, are gonna come to this place and still enjoy what you're enjoying today.
Yes. Yeah.
If we don't do this, then this is going to be a desert. Because we've seen those places where they've gone to lush, full of wildlife and whatever, and then encroachment came in, and now it's a kijiji. All those places are gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. You know, it's like you have to preserve, because as humans, we're good at messing shit up, destroying things. Oh, we're good at it. We're so good at it. You know. So you know, for me, it's that. It's like I feel a sense of pride that I'm doing something. It's not one of those things that it's like there's an award for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of those things that you're going to be held in high regard and books are going to be written about you. No. It's one of those things that, you know, no one knows about, but it has its place.
Yeah.
And it has value. And so there's sometimes I sit back and I was like, with the experience that I have, the work that I've done,
mm-hmm.
I can see myself running an organization in this space,
mm-hmm.
with conservation and aviation brought together, and protection of these resources, etc. And one of the thoughts is like, at one time, at some point, I'd like to be ahead of an organization running something like this,
mm-hmm.
and building programs where we can bring in young people and train them to plug in these positions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because we need that. So that's the only thing. It's like, how can I position myself so that one day I can run an organization that's providing this type of service to our natural resources? Because I understand the fact that, you know, it's a lot of money that's required to do something like this. We're talking millions. It's not small money to have a fully functioning organization that's working in remote areas with teams, ground teams, air teams. You're talking aircraft, you're talking fuel, you're talking maintenance, you're talking cars, you're talking parts, you're talking food, you're talking, you know, paying people, you're talking accommodation, you're talking all of this. It's a lot of money, you know, and usually projects like this are funded by funds. Billionaires and people like that who like, oh, I want to give back, but in this type of environment, you know. And yeah, I'd like to be in that space eventually, where I could be a decision maker rather than a pawn.
It's well, I told you earlier. I mean, I've seen you do the open night. The comedy open night, right? There.
That's therapy.
And I'm coming to that because I see you and then I follow up and then I realize that, wow, conservation. And I look at at your whole profile. I'm like, how does this, come into play? And I love the way you've explained the story, because I was trying to figure out, how does one just decide that this is where I want to head out to? And it's clear that you're a guy who's followed passion.
Yes.
And you didn't let it just be, that light to be dimmed.
There were moments that I didn't switch it off.
Yeah.
I kind of dimmed it.
Yeah.
Because of, it's a money thing or this, an opportunity comes as like, because I got responsibility, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes passion doesn't.
I know it doesn't pay the bills at times, but people go to their grave never pursuing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, there's those moments where it's like, okay, I gotta go this way because the money is good here and I can take care of my family and this and this and that. And then the passion stays there. And every time I look at it, it just hurts. I'm like, I should be here. I should be here, but I'm here. And here you're unhappy. The money is good. You can do this. You can da. But you're like, your heart is there. You know what I mean? Now trying to, and I think I've found a way back. So
which works for you always.
Yeah. And it also kind of works for the family as well. Even though it takes me away from the family, but I can now say like, I think I've found the path where it's like I'm in this space, what I love to do, but also seen as a professional, not that young guy who needs apprenticeship and someone to hold their hand, like da 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 da. No, now I'm a professional.
Yeah.
I'm a professional. I'm experienced. I bring something to the
To the
table.
table, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we need this guy. So I found that route back, and now I'm here, and I'm like, oh, this is great.
Okay.
You know,
And is it growing in Tanzania?
what's that?
Born and raised Tanzanians saying like, I want to venture into conservation.
No,
You know.
no.
Okay.
This is not a lot of people in Tanzania who are in conservation are there not because of there's a passion in conservation. It's because they were looking for a job.
Okay. What we were talking about earlier. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To love conservation, for the Tanzanians that I've met that really love the conservation game, they've been in there for a while. And they've like it triggered something. It's like I actually love what I'm doing. For most of them, it's just a means to an end. They're looking for a job, and they found a job in that space. You know, uh, I think for a person to really love conservation, you have to come from a bit of privilege.
I hear where you're.
You know what I mean? You have to come from that space where it's like you don't really need to work, but you work because you know what I mean? Where it's like you're not worrying about, oh, I need a job to take care of my family. I need this, and you've got the options. You went to school. You come from a well-off family. You've got options, and it's like, oh, my passions is animals. I want to work in this space, and da 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 da. Or with you look at our white friends, you'll find the parents are in conservation. So the children grow up in that space. So they grow up looking at that, like Godol and many other families in Tanzania that I know who work in conservation. You like the father and the mother are all in conservation. So the children automatically they're gonna be in conservation. How many Tanzanian families they work in that space?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So the likelihood of some young kid who's privileged and be like, oh, you know what? I want to be in this space. It's highly unlikely. Yeah. So it's a very new space. And listen, when you look at the people who are privileged to have good education and good exposure and whatever, they're not going to go into this field. It's unfortunate. I wish they would, but they won't because it's like porini. Porini bush is dangerous. Why don't you sit in an office? Nice office, air conditioning, black away.
But that's what I was saying. I mean, people don't see.
They don't see.
They don't see because you're still going on holiday. I'm going to Serengeti. I'm doing this. I'm going to Ruaha and this. But you don't realize that there are people behind actually making this possible. Yeah. So it's quite interesting. It's
not. People follow prestige, right?
Yes.
That's how it usually is. Different pursuits in a career. They have like this prestigious kind of thingy, and people follow prestige. Doctor, so and so.
Lawyer,
engineer. It's like, but the Purini work, it's like it's really good work, but it's like there's no prestige in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in places where there's pressures of you to become to be seen as successful is like being a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. Pilot still gets that.
Oh, yeah, it's still there. It's still there.
It's kinda in there. It's like, it's a pilot. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what are you? Really? Just a glorified bus. I can say it because it's true. They are my people. Pilots are my people. Pilots. Sorry, guys. You're not special. You know, and I know. We know. Just glorified bus drivers. That's what it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a little. They don't like that joke, but it's true. You know what I mean? So, any job that has a bit of kind of rough,
Mhm.
if dust is involved and exposure to the sun or whatever, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? People like, a job has to be a suit. A suit has to be involved.
Yeah.
A big desk, a big corner office, and that's the image that's portrayed. It's like that's what people want. But for me, this has a lot of fulfillment, and I've worked in both spaces.
Yes.
In the corporate space,
yeah.
under big corporations and conglomerates and all the corporate politics and all that bullshit
And the jargon and all that.
the jargon and the backstabbing and all that, ugh. And the incompetence that's disguised as competence and all of that bullshit. And then there's this other side where, even though it has the same bullshit, because we're human,
Yeah.
wherever there's a human, there'll be bullshit, right? But this space is a bit different because it's a bit more outdoorsy.
Mm.
There's a point of physicalness
Yes.
to the job. You're outdoors, you're exposed to the sun, you breathe the fresh air, you're not cubed up in an office with air conditioning all day, you're not waking up, getting into a car, stuck in traffic. That's your day. You know what I mean? This is a bit different. You wake up early,
Deal with nature
before the sun comes up, and you go to bed early as well. You know what I mean? And there's a sense of peace that you get. You get a full night's sleep. You wake up. The job can be hard at times, but it's also fulfilling. And so I think it's a thing that we are creatures of nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why when you go on safari or you go to the wilderness or you go for a hike, there's a sense of rejuvenation, right?
That's true.
Even if you go for a walk,
Yeah.
forget about the bush. Even in the city, you just find a quiet neighborhood and just go for a stroll for half an hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour. There's a sense of rejuvenation that you feel, which is amazing. So I feel like we all need a little bit of that. And with this type of work where you're outdoors and whatever, it's nice to do a job where there's that sense of your profession being utilized. For instance, for me, I'm a pilot, so I get to fly and I get to do that. But at the same time, there's the other things where it's a bit manual labor.
Yeah.
Like, I need to help out the other guys as well. You've got drums of fuel, need to move drums of fuel around. So that's a bit of physical labor there. You're sweating, whatever. You got to wash your plane, clean your plane, make sure it's clean, service your plane. So there's another side of kind of like technical know-how. And so your brain is charging. There's a little bit of physicality to it. So you're sweating, your muscles are feeling pumped. And at the same time, there's an intellectual side where it's the job itself. You know what I mean? And altogether, it's just...
Definitely, it's a mix of things, especially the human mind needs movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
So within the corporate space, you need to have other activities to stimulate that.
Yes.
So your job is only stimulating one side. But now you need to add another thing on top of that. So like go to the gym.
As I say,
you know what I mean? Have a sport. Whether play golf or play football or play... With this new thing.
Padel.
Padal. Padal. I call it gay tennis. They don't like it. But it is. It's actually quite a popular sport.
I see.
It's popular and it's growing very fast. So it's like Padal.
The Padel Bros.
Yeah, Padal Bros. Padel Bros. Yeah, so you gotta find time for Padel. But with this type of job where I work in the bush, I'm not saying not everyone can do this. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But there's that sense of everything is ticked in one box.
True.
In the corporate space, I need multiple boxes in a week. So I need, the job is the job. There's meetings, the deadline, the whatever. There's family, there's this, there's that. And I still have to make commitment for the gym or this or that to fully encompass that.
Yeah.
And this side, wake up in the morning, have my coffee, go for my flight, come back, have breakfast, and then I'll do this, I'll do that. I need to do some fuel mixing. I need to do this. I need to clean the plane. I need to do that. Oh, we need you to go there. There's an issue. Go check it out. Report back. Boom. Go. Come back. And sometimes, if I feel like it, I'll do a training session.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which you've been at it for some time.
You know, so it's like in one, it's like all the boxes ticked just by doing your job.
Okay.
You know, like this time round, I didn't get to do a lot of training sessions. But while I was there, I managed to lose quite a lot of weight. And I say that because when I got back, my wife was like, "Ooh, look at you, you've lost weight." Women don't lie. Women don't lie, bro.
Yeah.
They don't lie because they do not like us fat.
Yeah.
They do not like us fat. So you can tell yourself you lost weight. Does your wife or your girlfriend or your woman tell you you've lost weight? Because when they say you've lost weight,
then you've lost weight.
You know you've lost weight.
Yeah.
So I was flying this type of plane in this area. I finished that, came back home for a few days, and I had to go to another place to go fetch in Iringa to fetch a plane and bring it to Zanzibar for maintenance. So when I left that plane, I was the last person who flew that plane. So the seat belts, right? They're like this, and you buckle it there. So once I've adjusted the belts to fit, once I remove them, I don't readjust them for them to be smaller. It's already adjusted, right? So when I locked up the plane the last time, I left the seat belts, and then 2 months later, came back, jumped in that plane, put on the seat belts. So when I first left the plane, it was tight because it's just perfect fit. When I came back and put the seatbelts on, this is like the seatbelts. I was like, oh shit, I really lost weight. Felt good. Yeah, so.
What?
Lost it.
Like, so good.
So, yeah.
But what would you say has been becoming of who you are now? I mean, from where you started, what has that evolution been in the sense of who have you become? And how has that helped you become be a better father, be a better husband, son? Has it just really shaped the way you think?
It has.
Yeah.
It has. For me, my family comes first.
Yeah.
I sacrifice a lot, spend a lot of time away from them. But even though it's selfish, because it's for me, right? It's something that I love doing. But it's also for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll do whatever it takes to make sure my family's okay, taken care of, as much as I can do.
Mhm. Mhm.
I try to take care of my mother as much as I can.
Mm.
Whatever she needs. She's elderly right now. She's not very well, but you
Mm.
know, do my best. Um, I try and be responsible even to the community, like the comedy scene.
Mhm.
Built this club. It's the first club in Eastern Central Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
You
The
know,
comedy club. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And our model is to grow the future stars of comedy.
Mhm.
And you know, it's like on the Tuesday night where you came, when we have open mic, it's a very proud thing to see where all these young people who never would never have an opportunity to grow because the industry is not designed that. The industry is designed, it's fake.
Mm.
It's all this
Mhm.
like you show up and then pow, and then you've made it. No, 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 no. Nothing works like
Like
that.
that. Yeah, yeah.
You got to grind. You got to grind for many years. And the whole purpose of the grind is so that you can be perfection. Perfection can never be attained. It's not attainable. However, there's a way to get as close as possible, but that takes time. And we focus on that. It's like, hey, we'll create a space, we'll give you the ambience, we'll find the people to be there for you so that you can work on your craft
Mm.
with no pressure,
Mm.
so that you can get to where you need to be. So basically, what we're doing, we're facilitating the grind. We're not about, oh, this is a vibe. Wow. It's like, well, vibe and then what?
Mm.
What do you have to
Have.
give us?
Yeah.
And when you go to the other shows that are out there, no disrespect to them, but the shows are terrible.
You think it's more out of monetizing on the spot as
Yeah,
opposed to
because
cultivating the talent? Yeah.
people thinking about money.
Yeah.
Listen, my guy, this is not, it's not trade. You want to make money, go to trade, go to do business.
Yeah.
Don't come to the arts and bring this money mentality. No, because this is the trade. You're giving me an amazing performance, and I'm paying to watch that performance.
Mhm.
That's the trade.
Trade. Yeah.
However, the operative word being an amazing
Amazing performance. Yeah.
performance, not a performance, amazing performance. You can't deliver an amazing performance like that. You got to work at it. There has to be a grind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get to that level where you're an amazing performer.
Mhm.
So what happens here in Bongo and in a lot of places, but here specifically, there's this idea of I want to be a star and I want it now.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's. So that's why we love big events.
Everything. Yeah.
It's like big,
Yeah.
now with 1,700 people. And people come in, the show starts what time? The show starts at 7. My guy. You get there, you're like, show starts at 7, man. You get there 7. Nothing happens until 9:30. That's when the show starts. You've been sitting there for 2.5 hours with nothing going on.
Mm.
Sound checks are happening, final touches of the thing. Yeah, I'm like, I'm a paying customer. You're still messing around with the decor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that's when everything starts. And then by the time it ends past midnight, 1, 2 o'clock. You're like, seriously, you've been out for 7 hours. It's like, that's terrible. And then even the performers themselves, out of all of them, maybe 1 or 2 were really good. The rest were shit.
Mm.
Because nobody's putting in the work. Everybody wants to showcase, live at the Apollo, that vibe. Because that's what we see on TV. It's like, wow. But it's like, no, what you see on TV
is 20, 15 years of
Puccini. You don't see the grind.
Cultivating, yeah.
They see Kevin Hart, they see Chris Rock on stage in front of thousands of people. They're like, yeah, that's. But you don't see their grind. You don't see the sleepless nights. You don't see them broke. You don't see that's the grind. That's the building. So we're like, let's create a space where the grind is slightly easier.
Yeah.
In the sense of, you still have to grind. We're not going to give you nauli to get here.
Yeah.
We're not going to do anything.
We'll give you a space.
We'll give you a space.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that.
We'll bring the people.
Some people have to worry about that.
Yeah.
We had to create the space because there isn't one. So now you have to find a way to get there and just be consistent and do it. And slowly, people will start seeing you, start getting opportunities. And the ones who are serious, it starts working for them. They slowly, we invite them to other gigs and other people see them and they start growing their little fan base. And next thing, they've been invited to be a corporate MC here and then they find the way. Some get pregnant along the way and then, that's it. Suddenly they've disappeared.
Before we wrap up, I love what you said about creating a space. And guys trying to find out, that it's not an overnight thing. This is one of the reasons why I do these interviews of Leap of Faith, because we're in a culture where we don't document the grind.
Yes.
Nobody talks about it. It's always when you've had the cash and all this. And the reason for this is also guys to be as candid as possible about what happened. Nobody will know what you just said today, about the jobs, the this and this and this. And they'll just probably see you somewhere and think, wow. Where are we going wrong with this documenting of the process? And why is it that we'll fail to realize that the value is in that learning that process?
For example, in comedy, you want to be super funny, be authentic.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You look at the legends when they do their comedy specials, there's authenticity.
Always.
Yeah, they'll tell you about themselves, their life, they're honest. Be authentic. Without authenticity, and that's the problem right now, everybody wants to show this, especially with social media. You know what I mean? What you see is not real. From the lifestyle vibes, it's like, what? My guy, that's not your life. We know that's not you, bruh. Why? We know. It's like you look at someone's social media and it's like fine dining every day. It's like, bro, come on, no. Now the pressure is on because people feel like, oh shit, I need to.
I'm not doing enough.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. People rent. There's these movie sets. It's like it's built like a jet.
Mm-hmm.
You go in there and you shoot, and it looks like you're in a private jet. People do that shit, bro. So you're seeing it's like this young person flying private. What? I must be. I'm messing up something. and then people start getting depressed and whatever because of this unattainable image. Whereas if you're just authentic and be present to who you are, guess what? You might find a way out sooner than you think. Just focus on you, and you have to be authentic. Yeah? So, okay, now in this world of social media where people are putting things out there and recording the hustle mode and whatever, listen, you don't have to do that. because you don't have to put your life on blast like that, you know. And there's a lot of people who don't do this social media thing and whatever, and it's fine. But still, you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself. And if you are about the documenting,
No, but for documenting, actually, for me, it's more about not literally having to, film or put on footage, but speak it.
yes,
Yeah, I mean, don't omit your trying times, your challenging moments, because I keep saying this, that your life, your story is a blueprint for someone else.
true.
So if you don't speak on what it is that you went through, you cannot build another generation.
True. But
someone else
you
can
know where
grow.
we're coming from. It's like, when did you start to believe that what is this? That there's no such thing as a failure.
When I got sober,
When? How long was that?
that was last year, June,
How old are you now?
43.
So you were 42
Yeah.
when you found that out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting? You see what I'm getting in this? Dude, you're an old dude. And that's when you came to realize that, oh, a fuck up is okay. You see the problem there, bro?
Yeah.
So how many people do you think in this world, forget about the world, in our cultural context,
Yes.
as Africans, as Tanzanians, as East Africans, how many people do you think that are the same as you were, who don't have a clue that failure is okay?
And there are plenty. And that's why a lot of these stories, I'm not saying they need to be done by everyone, but if you make it somewhere, speak it.
Yes.
And the reason is because most of the guys that
But don't be full of shit though, because I know a lot of guys who've made it, and when you speak to them, they start telling you the story like, my guy, stop embellishing now.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
you'll figure it out. Yeah,
tell us the truth now. You know what I mean? But I'm older, right?
Yeah.
I'm older. I've been through it, so I can suss you out like, you're full of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But the young people now,
Yeah.
when they're looking at me and they see me and they put me in this kind of pedestal,
Yeah.
and then now they want advice from me, they are like eager to hear what I have to say. Now, if I'm full of shit, that's a disservice. Because they won't be able to tell that I'm bullshitting them. They won't be able to tell that I'm full of shit. They'll see me and I'm doing all these bullshit stories and I'm lying to these poor kids and I'm embellishing and I'm all this bullshit and and I'm not helping them.
Yeah.
You know? So people need to be honest with themselves. You know what I mean? And it hurts me to see, because Tanzanians specifically, we're such well brought up in terms of manners and how to be around other people,
Yes.
being of service. The other day, I was in Iringa, 4 days ago, and I was at a cafe to buy some coffee and some samosas, and there was a father with his daughter. They were having breakfast. The child was probably 3, you know, and she was drinking her tea and her pastry and whatever. And then the father got up to go and pay. And the little one was still at the table finishing up. And once she finished, this is a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
She took her plate and walked with her plate to try and dispose of it. And she's looking, where can I take this? And the father was like, no, you don't have to in the restaurant. And she was like, no.
Yeah.
This is my training. Because she's been taught to clear your table. It's very good training, right? Yeah. And she's like, I have to clear my table. The 3-year-old little girl, very responsible. It's like, And then the waitress came and took the thing. And then she went, she looked up, there's the sink. She went open. She can't barely reach the sink. It's like, and I wanted to help her, but she was not. She was determined. She
Yeah.
did it herself. Washed her hands, washed her mouth, then took some soap, did the thing, and closed the tap, took the tissue, and you could see this little one like really put together. Because I've seen our Western kids, my friend.
Yeah.
Yo, brah. And I'm looking at this child is well raised, and that was a little girl. But if it was a little boy, it would have been the same, because we raise our children that way, right? And then they grow up, and then they put on a kaunda suit.
All right, right. Thanks.
Guys.
Yo. Oh man, no.
Guys. What happens to that little kid? What happens to that sensible, well-mannered little kid?
Oh man.
Yeah.
No man, no. Thanks for your time. Man. No, I've enjoyed this.
Yeah.
As I told you earlier, I would really love. I want to be in the air.
We'll plan for it.
We'll organize something like that.
Yeah.
And this purely is that just to see how it is.
Mm.
Yeah. The life of just being out there, doing something different. We glamorize all these other things that we talked about.
Yeah.
I personally believe that we should be glamorizing also true jobs of service. Yeah. And let people know that in this engine of the world, there are people actually doing things that you have no clue that actually is your entertainment.
Yeah.
That helps you, and what have you. So big up. Big up to you, man, as in I think what you're doing is commendable.
Thank you, sir.
I think what you're doing is commendable. And you and your co-founder, Evans, for this place, I think this is great. I see the photos.
Yeah. Every photo has a story.
Every photo has a story. I mean, these must be almost 20.
Yeah.
These are 20 different lives.
These are the only
platforms.
20 different lives. Yeah. And these more than 20. But and there's some not even there yet. There's some are supposed to be going up soon.
Yeah.
So it's an evolving kind of story.
Yeah.
Every day someone else gets on the wall of fame. Right?
The wall of fame. Man. No, for real, man. Appreciate this.
Cheers, my guy.
Let's do this some more. I'm looking forward to coming on the plane. The light sport.
The light sport. The light sport aircraft. Yeah, we'll take you out for a jaw.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Cheers.
Guys, we're out. Thank you very much for that. It's still on, huh?
Yeah.